Big difference. Today we're answering the question. Oh wait, Amon, I didn't miss you actually. You did say, "How's your day been?" My day has been good because I just came from doing a podcast with someone called Celine Wallace. She has a podcast that's based on a lot of spiritual concepts, wellness. She does retreats and stuff like that. And we was, talking, discussing things about balancing the masculine, feminine energy in relationships. We were speaking about divine masculinity, divine femininity, specific steps and tips and action tips that you can do in order to heal your feminine energy, step into your masculine energy as a man. Yes, it was a good one. I'm going to release that soon. Rash Heed has good songs. I'm literally going to type that and see what that's about. Mahi said ebook. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I know the last person that purchased an ebook, they purchased it and they just had to wait for it to go through in the email. So as soon as you purchase it, sometimes it's going to take a minute or two to go through the ebook. Iman said, will you let us know when it's out? Yeah, so I will put up updates on my Instagram. I'll put up updates. Probably put up a snippet on TikTok, if we can get that out. So yeah, we'll promote the podcast. But today, guys, we're answering the question, why do girls like bad boys, or why is that a thing? So does anyone have an answer for that? Or is that true? Maybe girls don't like bad boys. They really like the nice guys, as they say. Christelle Sonnet, you said the song Color from him is good. Oh shit, yeah. The first things that came up was Cry. That's what I saw. Lana, Color. Loop said, they keep you chasing them. Okay. Mango, you said, I've never understood that statement. So I'm assuming you disagree. Is it blanket or is it blanket? But you said they keep you entertained. Evening, Reemus. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? We're answering the question, why do girls like bad boys, or do girls like bad boys? Maybe that's just a thing that people say and it's not actually true. But in your opinion, is it true? And if so, why? Why do girls like bad boys? Loops, you said they treat you mean. And the saying is, treat them mean, keep them keen, right? So do you guys agree with that? Michelle's like, yeah, we do. We like those bad boys. Hey. Makeda, it depends on what you classified as bad. That's interesting. Yeah. But I'm saying, hold on, yeah. Like what people say when they say, girls like bad boys, girls like bad boys, girls like bad boys. And whatever you take that as, why is it that girls like bad boys, in your opinion? Jessica said, I think you like bad boys when you are younger, not as you grow up. Okay, we can talk about that too. Why would there be a change? Now, there is a specific reason why there is a change, but you guys can share if you want. Tabitha said, absolutely not. Kimberly said, I think what Jessica said too, when we're younger, we felt bad boys held their own. So you think, as you're older, you think they don't hold their own. Why do you say that? I see Morena. Is that your name? You said daddy issues. You said, if a man keeps calling me a masculine man, is it me or is it him keeping me in my masculine? I can tell that's a specific scenario you're going through. So I would recommend you book a one-on-one. You can go to the link in my bio and I can help you out with that. Hold on, I'm seeing what you guys are saying. Michelle said, we think we can be the one to change the bad boys. That's interesting. Renee, that's a good answer. They come across more masculine, I believe. Mahi said, "You. I think it's mainly because of media portraying them." Okay. There's a change because it's not healthy and it's just unhealthy, man. Okay. Landscape, you said, because we are all human, the more you age, the more you learn about how we tick as human beings. So I'm assuming you're saying in terms of why the girls, as they grow older, not like the bad boys. I guess that's what you're saying, right? Christelle Sonic said, well, I agree with that. Bad boy is more younger term. Morena, you said because they're emotionally unavailable. Okay. Hold on. Layla, Elmi. What do you mean, man or woman? Loop said we grow up, can spot them to avoid them. Okay, so you're saying as you get more experience, you try to avoid them, but in the age group, or when you are at that state where you like them, why do you not avoid them then? That's the question. Estelle, thank you very much. How are you? Lane said, I think the ideology of a protector, even though we can defend ourselves, like the option. Okay. If anyone wants to come up too and share your perspective, you're free to do so as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Blanket said, as they get older and a man's acting like a bad boy, it's red flag. You are grown. Now act grown. Fair enough. So you think it goes away, the need for a bad boy? I'm missing some of the things you guys are saying, so you might need to repeat it. Mariana, you said not attractive for a mature enough woman. Okay. I heard that. That makes sense. I'm over the bad boy type called growing up, I guess. But Michelle, why is it that as you grow up, now you're over it? And are you truly over it? Jessica said, grown men shouldn't be bad boys. What's up, Michelle? How are you? Good evening to you. We're asking the question, why do girls like bad boys? And my day was good. I hope yours was too. Mahi said, because you aren't aware of these toxic traits. Whitley, I know my problem was that the bad boy could be soft and act a different way with me. That's a good point, because a lot of girls say, well, if he's mean to everyone else, but he's nice to me, they really like that. That's a funny one. I like this. You said Reemus is the same as bad boys going through their bad B stage. That's interesting. Landscape, you said, why are we just talking about bad boys and not bad girls? Well, maybe we can speak about that later. Or even maybe tomorrow. That's a good focus. What's up, Amina? How you doing? Michelle, you said, I've never been attracted to bad boys. I would love to hear why women are. That's very interesting. Never. You've never even went for a phase. Also, I believe... Wait, let me see what you said. Let me go back up. On the other hand, nice guys tend to be worse than the bad boys. Why'd you say that? Lane said, also, I believe some cling to a man with status. And when young, the only status is toughness. That is actually a very good point. That is a good point. Because usually in school, for example, the bad boy is going to be the one who is going to be the leader of the group most times and all of that stuff. But as you get older, what happens is, we could say a mature, let's say intelligent go-getter, for example, his traits might translate into status in the new context he is in, such as work or just being able to deal with life. But let's say a bad boy was immature and he didn't, do growing up, as you guys said. he actually is no longer respected in the new context that he's in. Amina, I just joined. What is today's topic? Today's topic is why do girls like bad boys? Why is that a saying? Why do people say girls like bad boys? Girls like bad boys. Is it truly, let's say with the bad boys, we say the term treat her mean, keep her keen. Is that true in your experience? Like, you guys got to be honest as well if you answer this. Has it been the case that a guy treating you mean kept you keen? I see you, Lily. Enter the chat. What's going on? Whitley, self-proclaimed nice guys have a strange mindset to me, and also the bad boys tend to be less judgmental. Less judgmental in what aspects? I'm not saying I disagree, but I just want to see what you think. Is it not human behavior to want what we can't have? I would say so for both sides, but I would also say the feminine is prone, especially to trying to change. So it's more likely that a woman, she's going to have a more intense experience wanting something she can't have, especially because women, are addicted to a man that at least perceives to have a lot of value. What's up, Danny? Good evening. Hold on. Black Air Force. What is your name? But you said emotionally mature women do not like bad boys. That's what someone was saying. A couple people were saying earlier. Michelle, you said you never liked the bad boys because you look at them as boys with boyish mentality that are going nowhere fast. It's kind of linked to what I was saying before, like that if he doesn't mature and let's say the status he was able to get in school, for example, if he doesn't become able to operate when you're at work or just certain growing up concepts and things that you're supposed to do, if he doesn't grow and take his energy with him, his energy is no longer beneficial. It doesn't help her life. No such thing as a emotionally mature woman. Said that in capitals too. Danny, first time in juicy subject. I love that. I love that you're here. Mr. Unavailable said John Jones. That is jokes. That is funny. Once you heal and evolve, bad boys are yuck. Okay. Nice guys have a superiority complex. Think women should be grateful to be with a guy like them. Okay, that is very interesting. That is interesting. What? I can tell you, you guys have given some good answers here. Lanes, you said, sadly, I've seen it work. Ignoring her, triggering her attachment issues to chase you, for sure. For sure. Danny, you said you're pleased to be here. Thank you for the warm welcome. Of course, you're welcome here anytime. We go on live most days. Lily said, if the good guys had that edginess on top of being the nice people they are, bad boys would go extinct. I love that, Lily. Because I'll start off by saying this, right? It's not necessarily that the girl likes being treated bad or being treated mean. That's not specifically what it is. Like someone said earlier, that can trigger certain things in a woman. It can trigger stimulation. It can trigger attraction depending on the perspective of where the girl's coming from. But it's not the badness or the treat her bad, which is the actual thing that she's attracted to. It's that the bad boy is doing a couple or a few things that are more aligned with what makes her feel the polarity of the masculine energy more so than the typical nice guy. Tool said, because bad boys are sexy. See? Mariana said, it's a challenge. Yeah, it makes sense. What's up, Wes? I like seeing what Wes has got to say. I can tell you're smart, Wes. You said women like the good guys, but are attracted to the bad boys. It's the opposite. Women like the good guys, but are attracted to the bad boys. It's the opposite. Okay, yeah. The things that make a man toxic are what make them attractive to women. Okay, I hear you. West coming in here with the knowledge. Caribbean, what's going on? How are you? Danny said I swerve bad boys, but think maybe that's come with age. So that means you didn't swerve them in the beginning then. And we want to understand this. Why is it that a girl starts swerving the bad boys as she gets older? Is there a change going on? What is the change? Why is she not doing what she was doing in her early years? And if that was the case, why did she not do that? Like, what place was she coming from in order to be attracted to them or want them at least? What's up, Mo? What's going on? Renata said tired of boys need a man. Lane said the flaw is when we try to align our desire with taught masculinity and not real masculinity. Okay, hold on. Simo said because they don't want to be stressed anymore. Self-worth increases, I think. Okay, because her needs change. Needs someone who will provide and take care of her. That is closer to the answer more so than what I've seen so far. That is very on point, Blanket. Very on point. It's genuinely maturing and not wanting stress, so we leave the toxic stuff behind. Fair enough. Well, as I said, right, the bad boy, and someone here said it, the bad boy almost is accidentally on point in terms of what a girl is attracted to. So we start with saying this. What is attraction? Attraction really is just the experience you feeling polarity. That's really what's happening. These energies are operating underneath the surface. The masculine energy is interacting with the feminine energy. The feminine energy is reacting or interacting with the masculine energy. So beneath the surface, there's that polarity going on. And she can feel that the nice guy generally cannot give her that experience. So the bad boy is the one she goes to where even though he might treat me like this, he might treat me like that, he's a danger, blah, blah, blah. At least I can be in a situation where I'm actually attracted to the guy. You know, many girls like the idea of that safe, comfortable, nice guy, but they can't get with him because they try. There are girls that literally try to do it and they're like, oh, this ain't it. This is boring. But they tend to go then to the other side, which is too toxic. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's not favorable to her life. It doesn't actually provide her with long-term security and so on. And Lily's got it on point. She said, but yeah, basically the same thing. Lily said, bad boy tendencies awaken the adventurous nature of femininity. We want to feel alive. That's very important because the feminine energy, it seeks out. It's a flow energy. It is a chaotic up and down energy. There is volatility to it. So when we see it manifested through a woman, she does want a sense of adventure, stimulation, fulfillment. She wants to wonder what the next moment is going to be like. She doesn't want to be just like this. Boring. There is a bit of, okay. We see this when we say the saying, at least in the UK or in the West, a woman can change her mind often. I remember a girl saying to me like, many girls say this actually, to be honest, but they might say, oh, you know I'm a woman. I change my mind often. It's that flow. It's that flow of energy being manifested mentally. And she wants to feel that in her energy in other areas, especially in relationships. Men gravitate to more stoic practices. So for example, I've rarely really seen women talk about stoicism, and if you don't know what stoicism is, it's like the practice of being calm under any situation that life can bring you because you're just feeling a sense of gratitude. But women are actually, the feminine is more attracted to talking about pleasure, for example. She wants to seek stimulation. Too much stoicism would be boring for her. Hold on. My man is reactive to people staring at him. Why? Maybe I'll answer that later, or yeah, maybe later. Momo said, I come from the hood but never been with a hood guy. Okay, so who you getting with then? You date people out of your area. Michelle said, I wasted 6 years on a bad boy. I'm so over it. I want something better for myself. Okay. Michelle said, but isn't that temporary attraction that wears dead eventually? Of course, but then a lot of times she gave her youth to that guy. The question is why? And in understanding this is, and when a man understands this, that it's not necessarily the badness. It's not necessarily specifically the meanness. He can take that. And as Lily said, if the nice guy can adopt some of that, he would actually put the bad boy out of business. And on the other side, if a bad boy added the concepts of niceness to him, he already is putting the nice guy out of sight. But if he added that, then he would be the experience where I think it was Michelle said, I wasted years. Was it Michelle? Said, I wasted years with the bad boy. If he added that, it wouldn't be a waste for her. Good girls want a bad boy and bad boys want a good girl. Okay, that's an interesting one. There's a bit of polarity there. Hold on. If a man is stimulating you, you won't lose that attraction. And that stimulation is very addictive for a woman. It's very addictive. Another way is that bad boys will offer that full masculine treatment that women crave. What's the second part? But that was very well put, actually. That is extremely well put. Wanderla, she said, every nice guy I've met, it doesn't feel genuine. I want honesty, and we won't always agree. That is a very good point too. So I'll give you an example, right? Because, bad is also perspective-based. I dated some guys who thought they were bad until they met my family. That's funny. So one thing Lily just said now is another way to put it is that bad boys will offer that full masculine treatment. The bad boy is more aligned to masculine energy, more so than the alternative of the nice guy. Now, when we say this again, it's because if you actually understand the best of both worlds, especially as a man, you can adopt both and you would be operating as what I would say is the dominant gentleman. He's able to add the gentle side that the nice guy brings, but actually the strong masculine sense or masculine stimulation that she would get from the bad boy. That's what most women would actually want. But I'll give you an example why do women stop wanting bad boys after 35. There's a specific reason for that. If you ask that after, I'll answer that. I will. Because that ties into what some people were saying before. I'll give you one example, though, of how the bad boy is more in alignment with masculine principles, more so than the nice guy alternative. The nice guy is almost at times afraid of his woman. So he's less likely to give her an experience of polarity when he doesn't put her in check or doesn't put her in a place or he allows her to disrespect him. The bad boy, even if sometimes or many times toxic or in an unhealthy way, he will put her in her place more so than the bad boy and than the nice guy. And a woman cannot respect a guy she feels more manly than. She just cannot. She's not going to get wet down there for that type of guy. She's not going to feel like she wants to be cooperative with that type of guy. She's not going to feel She's not going to feel womanly with that type of guy, especially if she feels like her man is womanly. She can't feel womanly. She's going to naturally feel manly. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So do you guys have any other examples, right, of how the bad boy is operating with masculine principles in some of the stuffs, some of the things that he does? So Wes said, let me see what you said, Wes. You said women don't want to lead a good guy in a relationship. They lose attraction. That's why they like masculine energy and to be put in their place at times. Very much so. Very much so. Women know that they're going to be a bit chaotic. Look at the memes that women post. Women make posts. Yeah, women post memes about like giving attitude at sometimes, right? They kind of know that they're going to give attitude, but they don't really deep down want a man that's just going to let them talk to them in a disrespectful way. The bad boy is more likely to be like, what? WTF? I'm not going to swear because I don't know if you get taken off. Michelle, some boys tend to front. They are really weak people inside. That is also true for many guys. Yemi, what's up? How's your day been? Yemi, we've been answering the question, why do girls like bad boys? Kelly said, I want someone to keep me in check. I can't be with someone who holds back just to keep me happy. Yes, and the nice guy alternative is more likely to want to appease his woman, right? He's more likely to just let her get away with things that she's like, oh, this guy can't. He don't offer any structure around here. He just lets me do whatever I want to him, even if it's disrespectful. He don't have a spine. He don't have a backbone. Now, if he doesn't have a spine, and if he doesn't have a backbone, right? How can she feel truly safe with him? So, if a woman wants a protector deep down, can she feel safe with the type of guy that cannot even protect himself from her? Michelle said, nice men can be exciting too. They don't have to be bad. This is what we were saying before. Really, when we just want to understand, well, if girls say they don't really want to be treated bad, but they go to the bad boys, why is it that they do that? And when we understand that, we can then take the positives out of that and take the positives out of the other side too. And we combine it. This is the experience of the dominant gentleman. The dominant gentleman is able to bring both in a healthy way. That is the masculine leader that she wants. Someone, wait, hold on. Let me see. MG, did you request to come up? Did you want to come up? Hold on, let me just read some of the things. Michelle said, where the decent men are. We have 2 Michelles in there at the moment. I've met bad boys and turned them down. I'm quite dominant. I've stripped bad boys down. Interesting. But I've proved that they can be who they need to be around me. No need for faking. Hold on. I'm just seeing what some of you guys said. Nice men can be exciting too. But Lily said it might be inconsistent, but at least we're getting our fix. It's sad, but hey, yeah, it's just nature. It's just nature. I'm not the type to be like, well, this should happen, that should happen. I just want to understand why it's happening and just make it work for me personally. If a woman, like people will say, right, they'll almost, and I get it, but they'll almost make a girl feel bad about the fact that, you know, she keeps denying or rejecting those guys that we say she should be with, right? But at the end of the day, you can say what things should be like. It should be like this. It should be like this. But what is reality? Is the nice guy the one that increases her survival and experience here on this planet? Let's just think about that. That is what a woman wants. She wants a protector. The protector gives survival. Is the nice guy, right, under natural conditions, would he increase the chances of her surviving? That's literally how you can put it. If a woman disrespects a man in that sense, then he is the wrong man for her. Fair enough. If a man doesn't check you, then he can be easily manipulated by other women. That's an interesting one too. I don't know need someone to keep me in line. I'm emotionally accountable. I need communication. That's good then. Can I ask you? Nilza, that is funny. Sure. Yes. Hold on. I'm missing some stuff. I missed a lot of Cheyenne. You said you got the book. The book came yesterday. I love that. I love that. It's a very quick read, but I hope you find it useful. And as I said, I hope you actually use and do the exercises in the book. Try to like, even though it's short, literally try to digest it. Internalize it. Okay, I missed some stuff. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna add MG. Let's see. You have some answers to this. Miss V, I started like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. M,
Hello?
what's up, MG? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm very, very good, my brother. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad.
Wicked. Wicked. Yeah, good
Wait,
guys, bad guys,
hold
blah,
on a
blah.
second. Hold on. Can you guys, because we
hmm
had a problem with this before. Can you guys hear
hmm
MG? Can you guys actually hear him?
Yeah, I think they can. My thing is usually set up right.
Okay, yeah. We had someone on before. Oh yeah, they can hear you. All right,
Mm.
carry on, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, good guys, bad guys.
Mm,
Um, yeah, go on, tell me. I mean, I'm listening to you, right? And well, listening to the conversation in general. And for me,
yeah.
um, a lot of this good guy, bad guy stuff kind of goes out the window depending on the person you're dealing with.
Mm,
You can be a good guy, but you're dealing with a bad woman, yeah,
mm, okay.
and you get rough up in that relationship. You understand? So you know what I'm saying. It really does depend on who you are aligned to or who you choose. I think the best kind of relationships
Mm,
are kind of based off people who bounce off each other. You know, and you don't have to be the most articulated person. Yeah, well, I mean, to have some kind of sense, yeah, that's it. It helps. But I think this can go either or either way. You know what
mm.
I'm saying? Because half of the time, people really and truly don't know who the person that they're dealing with until you go further into that relationship. A lot of men come into a relationship, probably just being themselves, to be quite honest, and find that you're under scrutiny. Yeah. Then you have to kind of adjust as you go along.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you mean?
Um, because you might have a chip, you might have an edge to you as a person. I think many people nowadays, if we put it in real context, um, you can't be a wish-wash. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with a female, and
Mm,
vice versa for a female, you can't make the man that you're with believe that she's a pushover.
yeah.
So you have to find a balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm coming at this conversation from a different perspective, but I'm just a normal person who,
Mhm.
speaks, you know what I'm saying, as I see it, really and truly from experience as to relationships that I've been in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some girls, some women,
Mm,
they want a guy with a little bit of an edge.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. Right? Now, not because they want a man with a bit of an edge mean that you must be a bad man, right? Because to be honest with you, bad men are usually in jail. They're not even on road. Yeah,
Mm,
right. So it depends what a woman call as a bad man, or a lot of time men can have a chip like, and a woman might perceive it as like he's a bit of a bad man, but to be honest, he might even be a pretender.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So this whole conversation about like is he a bad guy or is he this or that? I think what I mean it's kind of give me your thoughts on it, because it can go either or either way.
Yeah. So a lot of times when we use the term, let's say, nice guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
People
Mm-hmm.
would be using that to describe the typical guy who is almost like he's very nice and kind to women, but he's overlooked for whatever reason that is, which is what we're basically going into in this, right? And then the bad
Yeah.
boy is the term that is used for the guy who, he might even be a little bit toxic. He might be
Could that be
he
a
might
confidence thing?
say that again.
Could that be a confidence thing?
What do you mean in terms of him
Could
being
he?
the bad boy?
Could he? Yeah. Could he just be like a really confident kind of cocky person? But
Yeah.
you know, and that's the perception that he's a bad guy, and and a man don't know himself, and he runs with that because as he's going along, he finds out that's what the girl or the woman is attracted to, and he plays that role. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people act,
Mm.
a lot of people do act. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Especially in relationships. So it really does, it's really what's the word I'm looking for? It's like I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be what that person is. All right, say for instance, right? I mean, I'm Jamaican, yeah,
Yeah.
right? You understand?
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of, and I can only speak from like my perspective. You understand, a Jamaican perspective. I think a lot of women who come across men from where I'm from kind of
Mm.
see you as a bit of a bad guy, yeah,
Mm. Mm.
right? And that's not necessarily the case. You understand? You might just speak a little bit harsher in your tone. You might have a different way how you kind of carry yourself. You understand? And
Yeah.
I don't know, somebody like yourself now, I mean, you're quite a soft-spoken man, and you're obviously very educated. It's like I was listening to a conversation with you the other day, and you was going on about what white collar men and blue collar man, and I was thinking, what the hell is blue collar man? Then as the conversation went on, you understand, I realized that blue collar man, as you broke it down, was men who do general jobs, kind of like myself, like me. I'm a plumber, so I suppose that's what you would call a blue collar man, right? Yeah. So and I was thinking, you understand? It's funny how people look at things. You understand?
Mm.
Because and at the same time people can get generalized and stigmatized with what the perception of another person is thinking. You understand? You know, um, and really and truly, if you can put that into this same conversation with a bad guy and a good guy. Everybody's got good and bad. All right, here what would you? What would a female rather? Right? A so-called man that seems like he's a bad man, but he's not really. It's just where he's coming from and how he carries himself. But to her, he treat her good. You understand? Yeah. And she's attracted to that. Yeah. But he's not really a bad man. I mean, I think only little girls kind of like go for bad man, really. I mean, what would you do with a bad man? To be honest with you, a bad man wouldn't even be out here. You
Mm.
with me? That bad man, if he's really a bad man, he'll probably be in jail or probably 6 foot under or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, you need to have something about you as a man.
Yeah.
You can't, you can't just be a wish wash. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
You know,
I.
I think probably a lot of the females that come on your kind of thing, they like you and maybe they like the tone and how you articulate and carry yourself, and to them, you know it fits into the kind of characteristics of you, why these conversation kind of like come up. But I think I don't really think a woman wants a bad man, because a bad man is a what I would see as a bad man. I'm like I said to you, I'm from a place where a bad man, I wouldn't want them nowhere near my family. or my sister or my daughter or anything like that. You understand? Because that's not the kind of man that really and truly you would want around them. Yeah.
Mm,
But different people have different opinions about what is a bad man or whatever. You understand? The guy might just, what does a woman want? Does she want a man who's submissive, do what she wants, or a man that takes control and he's a man? He might have a little bit of an edge about him. He might say to her, listen, no, every now and then, right? Does that make, you know what I mean? No, I don't agree with you, blah, blah, blah. Does that make him a bad man? I
mm,
mean, what is a bad man? That's
yeah,
all I'm saying.
I hear you. I hear you. We're gonna continue getting into this. I appreciate you coming up. I
What
appreciate.
what have I lost you with that?
No, no, no. I just wanna give other people a chance to come up
Somebody
as
else a
well.
chance, yeah. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. But I definitely
Yeah.
hear what you're saying because I like how you added. Well, we have to define it. We have to say,
Mm,
okay, in specific situations, does it change? Does the definition, like someone just said, Lena said, can anyone define a bad man? Um,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, where's a bad man?
But typically when we say that we're saying it generally because we're saying, well, there's a term that we know that people use, which is girls like the bad boys, right? And then they say,
Mm.
well, why does the nice guy finish last? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why does he finish last?
And that's what we
Maybe he's
get in
too
it.
nice.
Yeah,
Maybe he's too nice.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why is that a thing? I'm not saying it's wrong. There's
Mm,
always some sort of psychological or scientific explanation behind it, but
hmm.
that's what we want to figure out because when we figure this out, then we can have more control on it. It's not just something that's kind of happening
So do
to
you,
us.
so do you believe that this is something that we can as people, as men, or just as people in general, um, talk about and come to the conclusion, right? That's how we're gonna fix this. Because you can talk about this till the cows come home, and really and truly, you understand. A person will still be themselves, or because there's always games in everything. There's games,
Yeah, of course.
You understand? People play games, and sometime the game might actually sometimes some people go too far in the game that they're playing, and then you're more than a bad man, you're a monster at that stage, you understand?
Monster down.
Yeah, and nobody wants that, you understand? Yeah,
Mm,
I mean, you can even flip that, right? You have some females, yeah,
mm,
which, like you would say, a bad man, right? You have some
yeah,
bad girls,
yeah, of course.
you have some bad females, right?
Yeah,
That can really rough you up. And you know what I'm saying? And it's something I've seen. You know what I mean?
mm,
So, and going into that relationship, you probably wouldn't necessarily see that those kind of attributes or characteristics in that person. You understand? But down the line, you realize, yo, you understand? Yeah, so like I said to you, here, my bro, we can talk about these things, but I think sometimes people just want to hear something which sounds nice because it makes a good conversation or whatever. But I don't think this is something you can talk about until it happened to fix it. You know what I mean? And not only that, it's who you're attracted to as well.
mm,
You know what I mean? Some people
yeah,
like a person that be have edge on them. And you know what I mean? And that's what they get off on. That's what works for them.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of females in here would admit, yeah, there's certain
yeah.
type of man. Yeah, you could have nice, you could have handsome, you could have rare. They might be attracted to you, but once they're with you, they think, oh God. And they're saying to their friends, oh, you know what? He's got everything, but he's a bit of a tablecloth. You know what I mean? He's there's no backbone to him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was saying earlier.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's good. It's a conversation to be had. Yes, definitely. But I think it's one that you really and truly won't get to the finalization of it by just talking until you're in it. Unless somebody who's going through that and they're with a person who's treating them in a particular way, which is either bad or they're too soft, that's when that person can say, well, yeah, yeah, I've had this experience with this person, and yeah, you know what, blah blah, that didn't really work for me. You know what I'm saying? But generally, I think everybody have good ways and bad ways in them. It's
Yeah,
just how
that's true.
what what you get carried away with. Some people just get carried away
Mm,
in the character that they choose to play.
yeah, that's definitely true. It's definitely true.
You know what I mean? I know I've thrown a spanner in the work on your thing, yeah. But
No, not at all, because these are all things to consider. See, when I'm talking
mm,
about this stuff, right,
mm,
is because I believe we do have the potential to be more conscious of the things that we're doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
absolutely, 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 and you should.
Yeah,
If you're a responsible person, you 100% should. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Yes,
Hold on,
because
Josie, send a request and then you can come up. See, you said, I wish I can have join the convo. You just send a request.
mhm.
But yeah, man, yeah, definitely. I
you
think
know
the more,
but yeah, man, I mean, like I said, it's look, it's always good to talk, and it's good to air out these things, and opinions varies. I think what you have to be mindful of is just going on one particular side of the coin, and and making that become like a narrative, really, you understand? Because like I said to you, people are people, especially in the world we live in today, my brother. It's like, everyone have an agenda. So, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's like, and that's the reality. People
yeah,
have agendas. You know what I mean? You have good people, you have bad people. All right, here what now? You might even go into a relationship and you're dealing with someone, and say, for instance, from a spiritual or whatever kind of basis, yeah, you might be a spiritual person, right? And I suppose you can even put this to the good guy, bad guy thing, because say a woman is dealing with a man, right? And he's a church guy. Are you a church guy?
not necessarily.
No?
No.
Okay, okay. And the reason why I asked that, right? Because you seem like a well,
Hmm.
decent guy and whatever. Yeah, I'm sure your mom's very proud. Yeah, right. So i- i- imagine you're a church guy now, and you're dealing with, say, a worldly person. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And that per and that happened to be a woman. That woman might find me a little bit. Oh, he's a nice guy. Yes, he has some lovely ways about him and blah blah blah. But oh gosh, man, what I mean? I wish you'd be a little bit more rough, or you know what I'm saying? So it really does.
hmm.
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one for me to kind of like, run with it, good
Hmm.
guy, bad guy thing, because I think people are just people. And, I
Yeah,
mean, I'm a good guy. I would consider myself a good guy. Yeah,
of
right?
course.
Yeah, I would consider myself a good guy. But, you know, to
Yeah,
somebody who don't understand my mindset or whatever, they might seem like, yeah, because they can't get over the obstacle of like kind of you being what they want to be. So then that person might then see you as like, yeah, but you know what, he's this or that. You see me? But it's not that. You just, you know yourself.
yeah,
You know yourself. I mean, you know, yeah, I would consider myself as a good guy, but I have to be honest. When um, there
yeah.
was a time
Hold on,
when
bro.
especially,
Let me add the next person in. Yeah, I
mhm.
see people waiting in the queue.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I appreciate you sharing your view, brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bless up still
All right.
for having me on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, every time.
And it's a good conversation, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Of course.
just to bring a balance to it, you know what I mean? Define what is a good guy or a bad guy or a good woman or a bad woman.
Yeah.
Because yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on.
All right, love. Yeah.
I see. Hold on. All right, I saw a couple people like send gifts. I appreciate it. Um, was it Daisy, Danny, Lily, Mo? I saw you guys send gifts. I appreciate it. I see it, Elaine. I'm gonna add you in. Yeah. So the guys, the topic of conversation is why do women like bad boys and so on. Wait,
Hi, can you hear
what?
me?
Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. Woman being, you said I've requested so many times. I don't see it. But if you request again, it will put you in the queue. How's it going, Elaine?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. Yeah,
Okay.
did something spark for you as you was listening?
Yes, so I wanted to address this from more of the trauma standpoint between nice guys, bad boys, and then go into potentially the spiritual aspect of it. But my
Okay.
background is that I grew up in a household with childhood sexual abuse, and I grew up in chaos. I was used to that. So whenever I was seeking out partners, I kept seeking out very similar chaos. So if you were to look at some of my previous partners, you would think that I was attracted to the quote unquote bad guys, the bad boys, because that was what I was used to and that was what I grew up in, and that's what I thought was the norm for me to go after, because that those were like the patterns that I just saw growing up.
Yeah.
Then I got into therapy for over a decade, still ongoing. And after all of that healing, a lot of healing mentally, and then I also went into spiritual healing as well. I started being more attracted to men who treated me well, the quote unquote nice guys, not the self-proclaimed nice guys, which I think I notice men and women define nice guys differently, and we can talk about that. But guys who would just show up and treat me well, my ex is a millionaire. He could just fly me around everywhere. My stepfather, who's currently with my mother, he's very provider minded. He took our family in and just completely changed how everything worked within our dynamic. So through all of that healing, went from being attracted to men who were more chaotic, who were more toxic masculine. Sure, they came off as confident, but they were not healthy partners. They could not communicate properly. They were either emotionally abusive or physically abusive. And I went from being attracted to those kind of bad boys, quote unquote, to being attracted to healthier partners as an adult. Um, so does that give a little bit of insight there? Your thoughts?
Yeah. Someone said in the chat, Wes said, why did she leave the millionaire? Why did she leave the millionaire?
Why did I leave the millionaire? Because the millionaire was not sure if he wanted children, and that was a non-negotiable for me. So that for me was a reason why I decided to leave. I told him if he made up his mind at some point, we could talk about the relationship again, but he knew that was something that was non-negotiable for me, and he did not respect that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. No matter how tempting it is, sometimes you gotta love yourself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you said so for you, once you went on a healing journey, that's when it seemed like your attraction started to change. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, like healing, especially when you're used to observing very unhealthy relationships, was very major for me, and making sure that I started picking partners that weren't necessarily nice, but were healthy.
Mm, okay. Okay. So that might actually be a bit different then. I see Michelle, you said you're going. Good night, Michelle. Thanks for the roses. But so really what I hear is that you became attracted to what you would consider the healthy expression of masculinity, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because like someone in the chat said, and this is a good way to put it, the nice guy may be lacking masculine energy, and he's coming from his feminine energy. And you're saying, well, when we use that word nice guy, let's not get confused that, men with masculine energy might just be nice. They can still be nice to you. That's what I'm getting from you, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to make the distinction between a man who's just kind and a man who proclaims himself as a nice guy, because I find those men are usually in their toxic masculine. They're usually men who are, in my experience, dating heterosexual men who are covering up a lot of insecurities by focusing on the fact that they are nice. So I found that men who proclaimed that they were nice were trying to guilt trip me into dating them just based off of that one main factor, that one main quality of theirs. And
Yeah,
they were not confident. They did not know how to communicate. They did not really, for me, I need a lot of intellectual stimulation, and they were not
yeah,
ambitious enough for me, stuff like that. So they focused on the fact that they were kind individuals as the main reason why I should date them, which was never, one trait is not enough for me to get into a long-term relationship with you and marry you. It never will be, right?
yeah,
So the self-proclaimed nice guys I found were more acting in their feminine as well as acting from a place of toxic masculinity versus a man who is in a healthy expression of his masculinity, who is confident, who is ambitious, who is willing to take care of his partner, but doesn't need the world to know that he's a nice guy. Like, because he knows that his persona and his entire being is not defined by one basic ass human trait, is what I like to call it.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So it's almost like some of these guys are using it as their game, basically.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of men are using it as their game. If you go on Tinder, if you go on Hinge, there are so many men who just put, "Oh, you're not going to swipe right on me because you don't like nice guys." There's
Oh, really?
profile after profile, even on OkCupid, where men talk about, "Oh, you're not going to swipe right on me because you like bad boys," all of this stuff. "Oh, I'm going to be too nice for you." A lot of men are still so hung up on that one individual trait. And you have to think, a lot of women get in relationships with men who start treating them off as nice. We're not out here going out with a man who insults us within the first 5 seconds. All of you start off as nice to begin with. All women start off as nice to begin with, because I understand that it goes both ways. I've had male friends who've been abused by their female partners.
Yeah.
But having that one individual trait is not enough for me or most women to get into a relationship with you. Saying that you're nice is great. I'm kind too, but what else is behind that? And that's where I find that a lot of the nice guys, the self-proclaimed ones, start lacking.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And I see MG saying that's what you said. Yeah, it's good to get different perspectives. Um, yeah, I do see an aspect of, like, I see girls complaining about that a lot. Like, oh, the nice guy's not really nice. I see that being
Mm-hmm.
said a lot. But of course, I wouldn't really know, because I'm not a girl. I wouldn't see, the Tinder profiles saying that stuff. But it kind of makes sense because the thing about men as well, men are the type where it's like they know how to become what you want. If we're very logical, so
Mm-hmm.
if you say you like this, they'll just become that.
Yep. If you
Yeah,
give them the blueprint, they'll follow it to a T until they can't anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming up, Elaine.
Yes, thank you for
Um,
having me. I'm gonna be in the comments listening.
yeah. All right. Nice speaking to you as always.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me see what some of you guys saying. Mika, you want to hop on? Just request. Was it Josie Joe? I see you said something. Did you want to hop on? Was that where it was? Wes said true, but it's very hard for a woman to change men. It's on the men to change themselves. I definitely agree with that. Elaine, thanks for having me. Definitely. I love you coming up. Woman being. Let me see. I don't know if I'm able to add you guys. I think you have to request. It says you need live access. Oh, okay. The people need 1,000 followers to come up. Is that what it is? Conscious Crown, you said late, so fill me in. We're just answering the question why the girls, why is it a thing that we say girls like bad boys? Do they like bad boys or not? We had two people come up. MG from Jamaica came up. He gave his perspective, saying people who have to define what that means and so on. Elaine just came up. She shared her perspective, saying, some guys can pretend to be nice, but they're not actually nice. Queen of Queens said, I like a nice guy as long as he can put me in my place now and then. Okay. That's kind of what we were saying earlier. I don't know if Nat is still in here, but I saw Nat saying, we might like the bad boy because he can put me in my place. iBox River, most of these women in the comments would date 50 Cent if he was checking for him. But the thing is, 50 Cent, I wouldn't actually say 50 Cent's all the way on that scale of being a bad boy. I would actually say, from what I've seen girls say, he is actually very gentleman. Like, hold on. Queen of Queens said, we're like lions. We want the best one. That's facts. That's actually very, very true. Okay, yeah. 1,000 followers is needed, I'm seeing. Yeah, you need 1,000 followers. 50 is only mean to people he's trolling. See, that's what I'm saying. Michelle, you just said no years like 50 Cent is toxic. If you listen to the girls that have actually been with him, what's her name? Veronica, is it Veronica Fox? Chelsea Handler. I've seen these girls saying that he has this bad boy, like he has this bad boy image, but when you actually get with him, he's very nice. I've seen girls say that. Even guys like Andrew are gentlemen around their lady. Definitely, I've seen it. Tate is the type of guy where it's like he roars on with his content, but I've seen videos where it's like catching him off guard natural. He's not like that. Elaine said a lot of celebrities play a character. Wes said girls say Future is toxic because he has like 7 baby mamas, but girls still go after him though. MG said, see, I've changed the direction of this conversation. Well, we love that. Michelle said, I've seen people he chose on Twitter. My spirit doesn't take to him. Fair enough. But I do believe that's just his persona. Future always gets women too. Facts. Queen of Queens, he said, I have more respect for a nice guy, to be fair. Is that really the case? And remember, when we say nice guy, we're going with what is generally understood as the nice guy. The guy that's very nice. And of course, girls say, I like nice, I want nice. But they don't end up getting with nice most of the time. Faith said, age has a lot to do with this conversation. That's true. Okay, so we'll speak about her age does play a part, right? We touched on it a little bit earlier. Hold on. Can you guys see me all right? But Conscious Crown said, women like nice guys, but a man who exudes masculinity and the ability to lead. Well, that's what we're speaking about. We're saying, look, when we understand both, what we're able to do is take the best of both worlds and combine it so we have healthy masculinity. iBox River said most of y'all would date Future too. Is that a lie, guys? If Future came calling and he's giving you that lifestyle upgrade, don't tell any lies. Don't tell any lies in the comments. Are you jumping at Future? Do not act up, guys. Do not act up for the chat. Please don't. Please don't act up for the chat. Joey said, not me. Josie, are you being honest right now? That's what I want to know. Are you being honest? You trying to be the ninth baby mama? I think many would go with it. I'm not gonna lie. Miki said, sounds like that guy wants to date Future. He's upset. Mika sending shots at you. Elaine said, I wouldn't date Future. Okay, okay. Cheyenne said, Future doesn't give my gut good instincts. Fair enough. Also, I noticed, was it Cheyenne earlier was talking about the book? Had a book helped you dive deep into things in your childhood? Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Give me the game over Future anyway. Wanderlust. Did you want to come up? He's okay for a good time, not a long time, I would say. Woman being Future, no. Jay-Z, yes. Jay-Z isn't really toxic though, or anything like that. I would see, especially him now. He seems like very gentleman-like. Maybe I'm wrong. Faith said maybe I'm too old, but Future does nothing for me. West said stop the cat, stop the cat. If Future came calling, doesn't matter if he has eight um 8 baby moms. I think he's on number 8, right? If Future comes calling, and we know and I say this because he's the toxic king. Literally, on what's that page, Hoodville, he's known as he's celebrated as the toxic king. He's the toxic boys for life. Their leader, their king, their messiah is Future. And Future is kind of open with it. He's coming with that toxicity. If Future comes knocking, right, he's giving you that stimulation. You're definitely getting adventure. You going with it? Marlon said hello. What's up? Whitley, bye. You said, Denisha, please, your view on this. Is Denisha in? Lily said, Future would not get me at this stage of my life. I would say you'd get you before then, yeah? It would get you before. Miss V, you're saying no. Okay. But remember, guys, we're saying no capping, please. No capping. Because if you'll be with the bad boy or the whatever from just around you, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be Future? At least it's coming with a lifestyle upgrade, right? Marlon said, what time is it here? It's 11, so we're going to finish soon. Wes said, bro, why did women keep wanting Nick Cannon? Dude has like 10 kids. Well, the question would be, right? Again, this is not every girl's mindset, but generally, I did a video about this on my page. If her kids and her are getting a lifestyle upgrade compared to the other available options she could be with, what actually does she lose out into if she has a guy, if she gets with a guy who already has kids? See, you can't do that with the average guy because there will be a loss. But Nick is doing his thing. If you want financial abundance, then you're getting it from him. And actually, him having other women has shown will signal to a woman that he has the capacity to take care of her. Because think about it like this, the other way around. Would a guy look at a girl with 10 kids and go say the same thing? We shouldn't reduce women to being with people like Nick Cannon for money. Well, it depends, because it's not even just money, but the things that a woman values in a man. If he has it in abundance and she can get access to it, right? And the alternative options she's seeing or getting or whatever, that guy has lower value than the other guy, she'll go with the other guy. And she'll put up with that stuff, especially if it's an upgrade for her. Does anyone come up? Let's see. Josie Joe said, so can I shoot my shot in here? I need a solid man. No bad boys. Where are the good ones? Well, again, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Again, even the reason why we're even having this conversation, right, about why girls like bad boys is not because, again, as I said earlier, it's not that she likes the bad treatment. It's not specifically that. It's not that she wants to be treated mean. even though in some instances that might keep her keen. It's just that the bad boy tends to do things which are more aligned with masculine energy, right? She's at least going to get the experience of being with a man who is in his masculine. But as a guy here, I would say, look, you don't have to go all the way to, be the bad boy or the toxic boy. So we want to understand the reasons why, and you just take the best of both. Combining is what makes you the dominant gentleman, the masculine leader. You can give her the experience of being with a guy. He's in his masculine energy, so she feels the polarity. She feels feminine. She melts into her feminine energy. But on the other side, you can combine it with the nice and the good intentions. That's why, who was it? Someone said in the chat, it was Elaine actually. Yeah, you said in the chat, there are guys that are nice men, and I don't overlook them, but these are nice men. It's not the typical nice boy who will be, let's say, too appeasing. A woman doesn't like a man who would just appease her. If he has a different perspective, she likes knowing. Stand up for yourself. Say what you believe in. If you don't believe in this, say it. Don't just agree with me just to keep me happy. The nice guy might do that. The bad boy is less likely to do that. But the dominant gentleman, he doesn't have to be bad to her, but he will do that. He will say, no, babe, this is what I actually think of this. This is actually the truth, or this is my perspective on this. Hold on. I like what you said. Mika said, y'all stop letting men control you into believing kids are a liability. Creating life is a blessing, for sure. Wanderlust said, I just want someone that can do DIY. Elaine, you said, yup, a man who speaks his mind is confident and willing to compromise my version of a nice guy. Okay, interesting. I'm scrolling up, seeing you guys' comments. Irene, you're in Canada. What's up? Sharon, I feel like starting my own page about these topics. It gives you life. I love that. You should. You should. Then we can go live, speak about it together. Jen said, good evening. How are you? TB said, lies. I like good boys. Faith, you want to come up? I think it's more nuanced. I love that, Faith. You're always bringing that energy, the small details. Lily said, bad boys will treat you right, but not for long. Okay, that's very interesting. Denishi said, yeah. Let me see. Vishal, good night, bro. How you doing? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. All right, let me scroll down. I like good men who practice integrity. Okay, I want a reformed bad boy. That's interesting. So, I like what Melanie just said. I like good men who practice integrity. So let's say, for example, a guy is able to do what the bad boy can do, right? Maybe this will be the last point before we go. He's able to give her a sense of stimulation and adventure, right? And he combines it again with what Melanie said. He has integrity. Why wouldn't that be what she wants to be involved in? She doesn't want to necessarily get treated badly, because guess what happens, right? She's going to grow up, mature up, her needs are going to change. And then all of a sudden, it's now I'm not really into bad boys anymore. See, the bad boy when she's younger does represent someone who has good masculine value. Again, because he's doing the things that are more aligned with masculine principles, just more so than a nicer guy or the nice guy, is what I mean. But she's eventually not going to be able to feel safe in that. She's eventually not going to be able to fully trust your lead and fully trust your direction. When you combine the other traits such as integrity, good intentions, cooperativeness, a teamwork mindset, I'm telling you, the dominant gentleman, the guy who is the masculine leader, the healthy masculine, he trumps all of these guys, really, because he's the combination of both. And she cannot find him. She wants that guy so badly, but she just has to compromise because she can't find it. So she's like, all right, I'll just get with the bad boy. At least I'll get stimulation. All right, I'll get with the nice guy because my need for security has increased the older I'm getting and so on. But really, she wants both. Do you guys think? I'm curious what you think. Do you think Tupac is a good example of this guy I'm talking about, of a dominant gentleman, or do you think no, he's a nice guy, or do you think no, he's just strictly the bad boy because he had that thug life persona. Hobo Lion said she's gonna realize she needs more than that. Um, Jay Kareem said loads of us have given up on Western women. Are you gonna become a passport, bro? Faith said a dominant gentleman also knows how to humble themselves, and that can be rare with y'all. Fair enough. MG said, I will do anything for my woman as long as she appreciates me. That sounds very healthy. iBox River said they want Tupac in a suit with a 9 to 5. Your comments are funny. What's up, Sherry? How are you? Mm. Faith said none of us knew Tupac intimately. We only knew his brand. Who knows? Ask Madonna. But the thing is, Tupac has that. Tupac has this. Like even up to today, girls always rave about Tupac. Even younger girls who then get into his music and all of that. Um, yeah, they really love Tupac. That's why I'm thinking. Okay, why has his appeal lasted so long? Okay, let me see what some of you guys are saying. Then I'm gonna go. I just realized we've been on quite long. Elaine loves John Legend. I cook, I go to work. MG said I cook, I go to work, give her a good loving, but when she acts up, I'm putting her in her place. I think a lot of girls here would say they like that. Josie Joe said, where are you from? I'm in London. Hold on. Michelle said Puck was a conscious thug with a heart. He was a different branch. A bad boy. Reemus. Miss V put on my IG, Reemus V. Okay, on that note, we're gonna say goodnight, guys. Getting a bit late. You said so to all the guys in here. Why the Russell wasn't here? We'll save that for another one in the future. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go now. If you want to follow on the IG, it's Remus B, the same as the TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, the Superior Code. The link is in my bio. Again, if you guys want to get the book, it's Healing the Feminine Energy, and it's on Amazon. But you can go to the link in my bio. So, hope you guys enjoyed the chat. We'll be back soon. Good night. I see you guys. Saying that. Thanks for all the gifts too. If there was anyone that I missed, I actually do appreciate it. And yeah, have a good night, guys, or a day, depending on where you are.